1 month on T, and probably the most noticeable thing about me is my voice has dropped, and it keeps fluctuating every now and then. And I mean, it's been lower than this, and then it's been higher than this, and it keeps changing back and forth as I'm re-injecting my tea and stuff. And I mean, my own cousin didn't even recognize me on the phone when she was calling me and seeing if I can go into work. And I mean, people at work have noticed. Only a few people at my work know about what's actually going on, as it kind of got around, as someone overheard. And it's the new type of thing that's going around, and it's interesting how people are reacting. Thank goodness that a guy that had a crush on me as a girl went away to school, so that's one less person that doesn't need to know that. I don't know how he would take it, because he seems very traditional. I remember one time I was Skyping with people, and I mean, the guy knew that I was transgender and stuff, and this was before I was on testosterone, and they kept wanting me to talk, and I never really liked talking on those things anyway, and suddenly I said something for them all, and then he's like, "Holy Michael Jackson," because my voice was higher at the time. He doesn't have the greatest memory in the world. Those Australians. I love Australians. I think it was 2 weeks ago by now, I went on vacation with my family. It was a family vacation, and my family has had the hardest time trying to get used to calling me by my name Tyler, and by referring to me as he instead of she. And they didn't do it for the longest time until when we were on vacation. I talked to my dad a little bit about it, and then when we were all in the car, I brought it up, and I basically told them, I respect you and call you what you want to be called, and so I would like if you respect me and call me what I want to be called. So they're getting used to calling me Tyler and referring to me as he. They're putting more of effort into it, which I really appreciate that. I love my family to death, and it's probably the hardest on them, because they've known me for 19 years and as Amber, and called me Amber and she. So I really appreciate that from them. And they are showing more support now that they realize how serious I am about this, and that is something that I want to do. But enough about my family. Something that came up, that my sister brought up to her boyfriend a while ago, that I find kind of funny, that my dad, when he was younger, he made a wish. He was into like witchcraft, and he studied Wiccan for a little bit, and he started doing all these spells and stuff, and he says that he did the spell to see who your future spouse is gonna be. And he says he actually saw my mom, and one wish that he made, he wished that when he was older, he was surrounded by all females. And I mean, we've been through a few dogs. The people living in my house is my mom, my two sisters, and me, and then my dad. And then we recently, or not really recently anymore, the dog's now 5 years old, and we got her as a puppy. So Piper is another girl. So my dad got his wish. He was surrounded by all girls, and I find it funny. I'm like, that's why I didn't turn out to be a boy. Curse you, Dad. But yeah, we all find that kind of funny that it ended up that way. That's basically it. It's basically just my voice that's been changing. Besides it, I'm not really gonna bring up down there, but it has grown a bit, and I haven't noticed an increased libido. I don't really know if I've changed physically, because I see it every day. I see myself every day in the mirror, obviously, and so I can't tell. That would have to be from other people that see me every day, or somebody that hasn't seen me for a while and all of a sudden sees me. But yeah, I haven't noticed any other real big changes. Um, Something that happened when I was putting in my testosterone, though, that I would advise you all not to do is don't think that you could get away with putting into the testosterone without putting the needle in all the way. Because I tried that. Because I was just curious. I wasn't being like a wimp or anything. I was just curious to know what happens when I don't put it in all the way. Do I have to put it in all the way? Because I didn't really specify that at the place where I got it done. Or the, yeah. So I tried it, and it didn't turn out that well, as all the, it's a thick liquid, so it all kind of piled up right under the skin, and if I first thought it was a bruise, so I'm like, oh, I screwed that up. But it turns out it's just the liquid, because I see it's kind of going down gradually, so I'm like, oh, I put it too high up, and it hurts when I push on it, and when I walk sometimes, and I can't lay on my side. And so I would please put in the needle all the way, because it hurts if you don't. And yeah, this is 1 month on T. It's different for everybody. I mean, it's going through puberty again. So, I mean, some people have already experienced body hair. I haven't really seen a change in that. It's damn puberty.